Hello, beauties. Sandy here again. I just want to check in with you all. This is a really busy time of year for many of us, and we tend to uh, push down and try to contain all the different emotions that are going on within us, all the stress and anxiety that might come up, some of the self doubts, and especially some sadness and loss at this time of year, too. Uh, but this morning, I was facing out the window on the river where we live, beginning my warm up for my workout, doing the little stretches and things. And something minor reminded me that I have a tendency still to have this need to defend or explain my actions and, justify things in the smallest way. Even it's like didn't even matter, but I seem to always want to follow up with, yeah, but I do that because. And that triggered me into an emotional memory of some sort. I wasn't really even sure at first what it was, but I instantly gravitated to my heart and my collarbone and began to tap. So if you've watched me before, or you've been one of my clients in coaching, you've been getting the newsletters, whatever, you've read my book, perhaps The Woo Woo Way, you know that this is an easy place to bring yourself down out of your busy mind and get grounded and stay calm. And so I do this one. I learned it a long time ago. It's really, you can't even tell that that's what you're doing. If you put your hand on your heart, it can mean a lot of things, right? And just, having sympathy with someone or feeling a certain emotion, and it's no big deal. But as you do this, your hand is on the heart chakra, which is, in my book, The Woo Woo Way, it is the kitchen in the house of you. And it's the kitchen in that virtual house because it's the center of everything. It's the heart of the home. It's the engine that drives everything. And so we're busy in the kitchen a lot this time of year, whether it's our own or we're with friends or family and we're helping them. There's usually a lot of that going on. And we tend to get a little frenetic sometimes. So I just want to remind you that when you're in the kitchen, hit your heart. I don't mean hit it. Put your hand on your heart, and you can tap with your fingertips, or your fingertips and thumb, or your entire hand, and just calm your nerves. Most of the time when we tap, we're saying what's in our head. Oh my God, I'm so stressed. It's just so frustrating, so stressful. I have so much to do, and there's just not enough time. I don't know. I'm exhausted. You don't have to say anything. You can just tap. The emotion of tapping, whether you're doing one spot like this or you're going through points, it works to instantly turn off the fight, flight, freeze, fawn response so that it just helps you get through what's happening. And I promise you, I learned to do this in the most tumultuous, stressful times, and it saved me. It saved my sanity, actually, to keep using that technique. And I don't always remember to do it. Like people tell me, oh, if I remember, then I do. And I'm the same way. But sometimes if you get that little instant thing that's really triggered you into something going on. Now you listen to your body, you might have a backache or a headache or indigestion, all kinds of things can happen, even tingling in your hands or feet. Just pay attention. But usually it's just something goes off and you're like a little bit more stressed, you're ramping up. So just take a moment, put your hand on your heart, and do a little gentle self-care in the moment. You're actually hitting the collarbone points when you do that. It's right at that bone, out and down a bit in the indentation. So when you put your hand on the breastbone where the heart chakra is, you kind of land like that. But it's not necessary to worry about that. You can actually come a little higher across the chest like this. We tell kids to do this a lot. It's a really grounding, calming effect. And just know that you need to give yourself time. We want everything to be perfect for everyone, and we really put our love into what we do in that kitchen. So I want you to think about just doing this while you're at the sink, rinsing things off, or take a moment while you're chopping vegetables, whatever's going on. If you have more than a moment, take a few, run into the bathroom or your bedroom, look in the mirror, and do this and say, I love you. You're okay. You're doing well. Everything's okay. Simple as that. Now, sometimes I make you rant and rave when we're tapping, so you get all that stuff that's been packed in you for so long. But with this, it's just a moment of release. And you can later, before bed, do a little more tapping and release whatever's been going on during the day. And here's another little tip. If you are out to a meal, or you're serving the meal, or you're even having coffee, you can use the side of your hand to tap while your hands are under the table, rested on your knees, between your legs, or whatever. You can lean into the conversation. Nobody knows what's going on, but there you are, keeping yourself calm. Really good idea to just give yourself that moment. I love you. I want you to know that I am here for you. You've got this, and I've got you. Make sure you get my newsletter. If you're not getting it yet, please sign up at sandyevenson.com. You'll get a gift. You can also find all sorts of things like the sneak peek to my book, The Woo Woo Way, so that you can really have a better, closer look at it. I see that the sun went down and it got dark. I had to turn my lights on. So unblock your chakras, transform your life. #1 bestseller, 5 awards too. But that's not what I'm about here. I'm about helping you learn about your invisible energy system in your body and the energy centers called chakras that govern what happens in your body. Everything is connected, and you can control it. You can get rid of a lot of hurtful things. It's not that we forget them. We release the hurt that they cause, and we open up that energy. So I want you to remember that the heart chakra is at the center, and all of our empowerment energy comes up through the lower chakras to the heart. A gift from Mother Earth, actually, coming all the way up through, from the root through. And then the manifestation energy comes down from Source or God, whatever you want to use as your term, the universe, and comes down through the crown, all the way down through to the heart. The heart is the engine that takes those energies and creates for you. So you need to open your heart to be able to receive that. I love you. I think I said that before, but I want you to know that I'm here. Get the newsletter. For those of you who are seeing this on the newsletter, you'll notice that I start the newsletter out with an excerpt from the book about the kitchen. It comes right after kind of a heart-wrenching story in the heart chakra from my life. And if you're not familiar with that book, you'll know that there are my life stories that you can laugh and cry with, and also my client study stories as well. So have a great week, and I'll see you again next time.